Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarKives, the KarQ Archives channel, my second channel where it's a lot more casual gameplay. And today I'm gonna rank KIRIKO support duos in who I think is the best pairing to play KIRIKO with. Now, if you're following this channel, I've been playing KIRIKO plus every support here. There's a whole video series if you click the, my channel and look back to see how KIRIKO plays with each one. After trying each one, here's my opinion. It's still a little early, of course, right? KIRIKO's not in rank, so my gameplay was mixed between a couple of high-level scrims, because I played during the playtest with like 4,000 plus SR people, along with a mix of like a couple of the people from the Overwatch team. KIRIKO plus Ana. KIRIKO plus Ana, I think, is pretty solid. In general, KIRIKO is actually good with almost all of these pairings because she can be played as both main and flex. When I first started playing KIRIKO, I found it actually a little difficult to keep my healing maintenance up. Like, my healing was down to like 8,000 per 10 minutes, which is kind of low. But over time, I was able to bring it to 10,000 per 10 minutes, which is 1,000 a minute, along with some solid DPS mixed in between. So you can alternate your play styles. So for that reason, with Ana specifically, you can play super aggressively if your Ana's more of a heal bot, but then if you play more heal-centric style, you actually enable your Ana to poke offensively, and then the new support passive means you don't have to actually look at her that often. She can look for aggressive anti-nade. She doesn't have to defensively anti-nade as often, but this one's actually pretty solid. You can't go wrong with this one. KIRIKO BAP is also at first you would think the double immortality is super good, and it is, don't get me wrong. They don't necessarily complement each other one-to-one per se, but it's the same reason with KIRIKO Ana. You can, if you just take some of the healing responsibilities, Baptiste can just straight up DPS with his new 25 damage per round. This one was pretty good. I actually thought it was S tier at first. I had a game with KIRIKO BAP and it was like non-stop onslaught because Baptiste was just poking non-stop. Baptiste can like mix in the healing and the damage so well, but for that reason I'm going to keep this one at A tier as well. KIRIKO plus Brig. Okay, so this one I think is actually really fucking good. This was my personal favorite combo by far. I think in the game I played on the channel, I think I played with Aspen. I wasn't sure if it was Aspen because she's like a 4,700 support player that was making it feel really good. The healing responsibility was not that high for me because of the AoE that she just kept triggering Inspire, and it was just like non-stop. Everybody was maintained pretty well, and I could just focus on hitting the long kunais. KIRIKO, in my opinion, is best played with like more of a divey comp with Ball, D.Va, Winston. Winston and D.Va are probably two of the better divey tanks. And you play it with Sombra, they can go in deep. I can teleport in deep, and then Brig can kind of anchor the point and like throw heal packs. Actually, I wanted to backtrack and mention that for Ana. That's actually one of the reasons why I think Ana is good too. You can still play dive with Ana, and Ana can anchor the point and like push the robot or whatever, or push the payload. She can heal long distance, and she's an escape for you to teleport back out to. With KIRIKO plus BAP, right now it's going to take some time for people to get used to it, but I find when I played this, a lot of people stack their immortality. Because the tempo has changed, whenever people see low HP heroes, Baptiste by instinct will lamp, and then by instinct I might Suzu, and then you just end up stacking both your immortalities. KIRIKO plus Lucio is also an S tier in my opinion as well. This is what we call the speed comp, although when people say, oh, you get triple speed, not really. KIRIKO's speed only comes from her ultimate. You don't get that often. But Lucio in general is an S tier support. You don't really need much peel as a KIRIKO because you can teleport out. Neither does Lucio. So your entire focus is just spamming kunais. Okay, KIRIKO plus Mercy, I'm going to put a C tier. This one was my gameplay I had on the channel was not really indicative of my true thoughts on it, just because like that game was a bit more of a stomp. The best pairing I found with this is when you play a Pharah or an Echo, your Mercy can stay up there. I can't actually play as aggressive kunai style as these ones because Mercy's usually attached at the hip to one of the flying heroes, and for me, my responsibility is to maintain my tank. So like instead of me like going really deep and like chucking my kunais, I don't really find playing super deep dive with that as too well because no one's actually pushing the point. You can all in with 5 in a dive comp with the Pharah Echo hybrid, but I will say with this one cool combo you guys can do is if you Kitsune rush, Mercy can res really quickly. As long as she sits in the Kitsune rush, she can get a res again at the end of it. KIRIKO plus Moira, I'm not gonna lie, I played one single game on this and it was okay. This kind of falls into the loop of playing this with more stationary tanks like Orisa, Sig, Rein, or whatever, but generally speaking, you don't really play Rein without like a Lucio. But honestly, this wasn't bad just because they were both independent people. When I played with the Moira, my Moira just sat there and healed my Orisa while I was able to, it enabled me to play to my strengths, which was poking with kunais, because she just took the brunt of that while I did the deep DPSing and I teleported back. It's not my favorite, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It looks like a weird pairing when you play it like this, but it actually wasn't too bad. Zen and KIRIKO. I actually didn't like this as much as I thought I would. I actually thought this would be higher at like A or S, but it wasn't my favorite. Maybe because I wasn't running the right comp with it. I didn't get that much playtime with the duo with trying it out with each. Honestly, better information would be trying each KIRIKO duo with every single tank to fit it in the right comp. But this one was kind of tough with the balance. Both of these guys are super DPS heavy. I mean, if you discord the front enemy tank and then you just fucking chuck the kunais, Zen's got an orb on somebody, it could work. And Zen plus KIRIKO's ultimate is pretty fucking great with the whole like machine gun KIRIKO. I think there's clips of that. People have tried it. But this is very risky because it's a very dive-centric meta right now with a lot of Winstons and a lot of divas running around like crazy. Zen needs a little help. Yes, he's got snap kick, but he actually still explodes pretty hard. Genji is everywhere right now. And since when Zen had 225 HP, it was great. But back at 200 HP, he's still squishy despite the snap kick. So he kind of just blows up. And you can only do so much to kind of save the Zen, to be honest with you. Actually, it's like okay though. Like this has high damage potential. This one is like potent as hell. If they don't run dive like Winston, Diva, Genji or whatever, or Sombra, and they're running Orisa, oh my god, Orisa just gets, or Junker Queen, absolutely destroyed. Because Orisa is just the biggest target in the front. Permanent discord, you can actually blast her face off, even though she's hard to kill. But you get to farm a lot of damage as KIRIKO for that reason. So like generally speaking, these four seem to be the most common. These are kind of more situational. Like the thing is about this is like everything can kind of work with KIRIKO. Is she a flex or main? She can do both. She can do both. I know you're expecting it to be higher, but I think Ana and Baptiste offer more utility. This fills the same role as Ana and Bap, but this guy's got way more DPS output and an immortality field in the window. She's got anti-nade and sleep dart. Moira's just got more heals, I guess. And just an annoying like damage orb in the distance. That's about it. Right? These complement it if you're playing a bit more of a slower style, and these ones are the more all-in stuff. Which is why I like this one the best. These ones the second best. These ones are okay. And then this one is my least favorite. But they're all playable, don't get me wrong. KIRIKO seems to be like that kind of hero where you could just play her anywhere. This isn't even bad, guys. Like, don't... C's get degrees. Don't forget that. This is still playable. D would be like, don't play this. But I didn't put any pair there. But yeah, that's about it. Those are my early thoughts on KIRIKO. She's still not in ranked. So again, my playtest was kind of a mixed bag between different enemy skill levels and team skill levels. I'll know more in next week or 2 weeks from now when I get to play this duo a bit more. But that's about it for this quick video. Appreciate it, guys. And I will see you guys